Once you get checked in, you have this main lobby area where there is seating to wait for friends or a ride. And to get in, you have to have a key card, so it's pretty secure. This is the main elevators to go up to the different floors. So this is the common room for the hostel that I'm in, but this is the common room for this particular room. You have the kitchen here, which they don't let you cook anything. You have to use the kitchens on the other floors. I'm on the 5th floor. You do have a microwave you could use. You can store stuff in here. Don't know if the dishwasher works or not. And the fridge, you can store stuff in the fridge. And the freezer. Little table and chairs to study. And then, to me, this is the weirdest part. This is the bathroom. There I am. There's no door. No door for this bathroom. So you come in and you have the hooks on the wall and you have the 2 sinks, and then you do have a door here, but you have the toilet, and then behind the door you have this shower situation. But you have this little shelf and the hooks that, see if I can get this up. They're really far from the shower, so you have to step out to be able to grab your towel or anything else. And then with this sink situation out here, that means that if you need to brush your teeth or shave or do your makeup or anything like that, you're doing that out here. No privacy. None. No privacy at all. So that is one thing I do not like, but because it was really weird doing my makeup this morning with people walking by and brushing their teeth and other stuff. So this is the actual hostel room. This is a 4-bed mixed room, meaning guys and girls will be in the room together. When you first walk in, you do have a little bench here that you can set your stuff down, whatnot. You do have the lockers, and when you get checked in, you're assigned a specific bunk, and your bunk also coincides with your locker. Now, there are the 3 hooks at the top, but this is a very narrow locker. So for my Peak design bag, I noticed that because this sticks out so much, it keeps wanting to catch when I put it in. So what I do is I leave my backpack in the locker, but I put my Peak design bag down here and I strap it to the pole right there. That way my bag won't get taken. Come in and you do have a full-length mirror there. And then on this side, you can kind of store stuff on the ground if you needed to. You do have an ironing board and an iron. So that's nice if you needed to do some ironing. And then you have your bunks. One good thing about these bunks is that they are fairly wide steps, and they get wider the more you go down. And for the top bunk, it does have this bar, which is great because the hostel in Portland did not have that, and it was kind of hard to get down. But this, you can hold onto that top bar and turn yourself around to be able to climb down. They do have the curtains for the bottom bunk. The curtain stops right at the edge of the ladder, And then for the top bunk, it actually goes all the way across. When you get here, this is how your bed is made up. You just have the fitted sheet on the bed. When I first got here though, they did not have that on there. It was just laying on the bed, so I had to put that on. And being in the top bunk, it's kind of hard to sit on the bunk and put the sheet on underneath you, but I managed to do it. They give you 2 pillows. Each pillow's, you know, fairly thick enough. I ended up sleeping with just 1 pillow. And then you get your actual fitted sheet that goes on top of this one. And then you get your flat sheet. You get a pillow, and you get another towel that's about like a hand towel. It's not a washcloth, it's more like a hand towel. And you do get pillowcases for your pillows. If you look on here, you do have a light for privacy. You can just turn on that one light. There obviously is the overhead light, but you do have that privacy light. And you have an outlet that has the 2 plugs and the 2 USB. The problem with this though is there's no shelf to put your stuff. So for me, since I'm on the top bunk, I plugged my stuff in, and the railing up against the wall is not thick enough to hold my power strip. So I had to scoot my mattress as far away from the wall as possible and put the power strip right next to me, which kind of had me concerned because that is a little bit of a fire hazard. But when I leave each day, I unplug that to where I don't have to worry about it catching fire while I'm not here. And then you do have these huge windows so you can get a view of the city. They do have the curtains that you can roll up or roll down if you wanted to, but you're fairly close to the buildings, but it's not like you're looking directly in on someone else. And at this hostel you do hear the L train, and also down the street is the hospital, so you do hear a lot of ambulances and fire trucks and stuff. But this is pretty much the bedroom area. Given the weird layout of the bathroom, the only places that you can change clothes with privacy is either in the actual bathroom itself where the toilet and shower is, or you can stay in your bunk if you have a top bunk and change clothes there, because then people are less likely to see you if you close that curtain. But if you're on a bottom bunk, it's only going to close up to the ladder, so it's not fully private. So that's a little difficult with this hostel, is that you're gonna probably have to wait for the bathroom to be free so you can change clothes. There is an outlet right there next to the lockers. That way, if you wanted to fix your hair, you could sit on the floor in front of the mirror and use the outlet to plug in whatever and fix your hair or whatever. And then there's also an outlet on this wall as well. So that is basically the layout of the rooms. Very tall ceilings. They're white, have the plumbing, and you can see the beams. So that's kind of cool. But it's a very simple room, and it does have the central heat and air. The windows do open, so if you want to have the windows open for during the day, you could. But it is loud outside because of all the street traffic. There is a lot of street traffic that comes down this street. So that is the hostel bedroom. On the second floor, you'll find quite a good bit of amenities. When you get off the elevator and first walk in, to your left there is the information. Here is kind of a computer office area where you can use the computer. There's also kind of like a conference room where you can set up and have meetings. They might have activities in this room. Pretty spacious room, big TV on the wall there. There's the information area. And lots of seating, lots of areas to hang out. This is directly over the lobby. There's a ping pong table there. In the corner up ahead on the left are TVs and lounge area. There's also 2 pool tables. So if you meet people in the hostel, you can play pool and hang out, play ping pong. Right here is kind of an information area where you can check out things going on in Chicago. There's another little small meeting area, has a TV, so that's kind of cool. Also, you will find these water fountains where you can refill your water bottles. On the left here is a huge map of the United States. There's also vending machines if you needed to grab a snack or drinks or whatnot. This area is kind of the dining area where you can eat whatever food that you want. And right there is the train track for the L train. So that's how close this hostel is to the L train. So you are guaranteed to hear the L train during all times of the day and night. So we're going to go into the kitchen, which is huge. You do have a huge fridge. You have an ice maker, lots of room in the fridge. If you want to cook, there are microwaves galore. There are toasters. There's 3 stoves that you can cook on. If you needed to store freezer items, they do have a pretty decent sized freezer. And then you also have where you can wash your dishes if you need to. I would suggest washing the dishes. That's just kind of common sense. And then you do have a second fridge. In this little area is kind of little cubby holes. You can store your dry foods. You could probably store other things too, but since you can't lock them up, I wouldn't store anything other than food items. But that is the kitchen. Again, you just come out into the dining area there. And then to get back to the elevators, you just kind of wind down this hallway, or you could go back the way that you came. I will say on the 4th floor, they do have a laundry room. There's another one of those water fountains. But they do have a laundry room on the 4th floor. I didn't get a chance to tour the laundry room, but seeing as how the 4th floor is just the laundry, I would imagine it's probably quite a good amount of washers and dryers there. It's probably coin operated. That's pretty common in hostels. But I hope you guys liked the tour of the High Chicago Hostel. And we're back at the elevators, and you can see on the wall there the amenities. And I hope to see you in the next video.